for today's tip, I'm going to take you right to the putting green. So for the purposes of this tip, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the flag stick in so we can see where the ball is going. Two things you want to remember when you're doing any putt is there's two factors involved in making a putt. Number one is the speed at which you hit it, and number two is the direction in which you hit it. And the speed is really key because that will determine the direction. So for this particular putt, what we're looking at are two things. We're looking at our distance that we want the ball to travel, and we're looking at the amount of break. Most players, the problem they get into is they don't look at the actual break of the putt, and that's because they come from an angle over here, and so they never actually see anything from behind the putt. So the first thing you want to do as a player is you want to get behind the ball and you want to look at the line from directly behind the ball. So from my position, I'm going to get directly behind this ball, or these two balls, and I'm going to look at my line. From this position, I can now make a determination of how much break I'm going to have and then the speed at which I want to hit it. So from this position, I've now determined how much break I have. Now I'm going to approach my putt. The first thing you want to do as you approach your putt is obviously get set up, and we're going to make two practice strokes. These practice strokes are really key for your success because they're doing two things. Number one, you're programming in your mind the distance that you're traveling. So when you're looking at this putt, you actually do not want to stare down at your putter head. You want to look up at your target area, just like if you were throwing a ball to a friend, you'd be looking at them, not down at your hand. So I'm going to stare at my target, and I'm going to make two strokes holding the finish position so that I know that I'm traveling the right distance. So I'm going to make one stroke looking right at the hole, hold that position, make a mental note in my mind. Does it feel like too much, not enough? So I'm going to take one last look at the hole, take a stroke, hold the finish position. When that feels good, I'm going to step right into my putt. Take one last look at the hole for distance and putt. And there you go.